So this is the OnePlus 13. It's the all-new OnePlus flagship for 2025, and it's been making waves already. This is last year's OnePlus 12, and this was a great phone as well. Let's go ahead and speed test compare them to see how much of an upgrade you're actually going to get here in terms of performance to the OnePlus 13. So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Let's just get this video kicked off right away with a boot up test in 3, 2, go, and see which one can get there first. Now, the Snapdragon 8 Elite is what's powering the OnePlus 13, and we have the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, which is powering the OnePlus 13R and that OnePlus 12 on the right. Both of these phones do have 16 gigabytes of RAM and 512 gigabytes of storage. You can see the OnePlus logo did get larger on that newer phone. If that matters to you, probably not. And the OnePlus 13 says, I'm going to boot up a little bit quicker today. So right off the bat, the OnePlus 13 does turn on faster than the OnePlus 12. If we take a look at both these phones in the About Device section, you can see both of them are running Oxygen OS 15. The last update was a December update. You can see right here, we do have same size displays, although they are a little bit different. This one's more curved, but this has a 6000 milliamp 54. We are using the same 16 gigabytes of RAM, and you can expand those to up to 12 gigabytes on both of them. So that's something to keep in mind. In addition, we do have ourselves the Adreno 750 here on the right. It gets upgraded to the Adreno 830 GPU on the left. So let's just kind of take a look here at the general performance. You'll see running through Oxygen OS 15, they're keeping it pretty consistent across phones. It's almost zero difference whatsoever when it comes to how smooth it feels on both. It's not like they're going to make last year's phone just feel slow all of a sudden because a new one came out. That's not how they're rolling here. They're keeping both things really smooth, which is good because you pay a good amount of money. You would expect that your OnePlus 12 will last very good for a very long time, and that is the case so far. So general performance day to day, buttery smooth on both of them. I don't think there's anything in it in terms of this. If you're doing the upgrade, you'll probably want to do it for the IP rating, maybe the different design, maybe a couple of areas of the battery, things like that. Like the battery is better. The 8 Elite chip, there's other reasons to get it, but probably not general day-to-day performance. Both of them run very well here. Now, if we take a look at the biometrics or the fingerprint speed, we are looking at the ultrasonic on the left, and we do have ourselves the older optical for the OnePlus 12. And I could tell you that they're not even that much different though. In reality, I'm not finding myself having an issue with either, although the animation does look a little faster to me on the OnePlus. Hold on, it was right there. On the OnePlus 13, they both do fantastic here. And the OnePlus 12 over here, as well as the OnePlus 13, have very fast face unlocks as well. Even though they're not going to be your best in terms of security, if you do want quick face unlock, both these phones are just firing away in this department. So incredibly fast biometrics on both phones. I don't think the OnePlus 12 is any faster than the 13, but the 13 is a little bit quicker on animation coming in, and ultrasonic should be a little bit more reliable for your day-to-day use. But performance-wise, it's just probably a hair better, not too much. Everything is closed out for both here. On the applications, you'll see no apps open. Let's begin with calendar. And it looked like one was going to be faster, but it ended up being the same. Let's go into clock here. And it looks like it was the left. But once in, zero difference in your base apps as expected. Let's go into calculator. I look like the animation might be a little bit quicker for the OnePlus 13 is what I'm seeing. Let's take it over here to weather. And again, nothing to speak of really here. We're still in the base row, nothing serious. Let's go into news now. And you'll see, I think the OnePlus 12 was loading that. This could just come down to which one's getting better internet speed at the moment. Let's swipe up out of here. We'll go on the Play Store, and that one loaded first, I think, for the 13. Let's go over here to top charts. Yeah, that was a 13. What I will tell you though is that if you have a OnePlus 12 and you upgrade to Oxygen OS 15, it's a noticeably smoother software. So it's a 100% recommendation to update to Oxygen OS 15. It makes it much smoother than before. It actually almost felt like a new phone when I did that. for the OnePlus 12. So I'm very happy with that. The animations also have been very improved. And if we go over here, you'll see faster on the right. And as we scroll through here on Instagram, we're going to load it about the same time. So it looks like there's not much in it between these two phones so far, even though the 8 Elite is a more efficient chipset. Let's hit Amazon, and you'll see that was faster on the left. And if I swipe up out of here, we're going to go into YouTube, and then I'm going to go over here to the top section, go to trending. Let's go to trending here. And you'll see tweakers was trending. Let's go over here to music. Now we have a new music trending. How about gaming and the movies? And as we swipe through, you're going to notice not any difference so far. So that's pretty good. You know, you want things to stay consistent, and I'm glad to see OnePlus 12 users are still benefiting. Let's go into Groupon. We'll hit the X and hit continue as guest. These loaded at the same time. That one was just doing some pop-ups. Let's go into, I need an oil change soon, so let's go on to do oil change. And as we swipe through, pretty good on both. A little bit jumpy here on the right. So it looks like the OnePlus 13 is doing a bit better there. Let's go to Race the Sun. We'll see which one can launch this game first. I'm getting a lot of dust on these screens. Let me swipe it out. My OCD is getting crazy there. And the OnePlus 13 did open up a little bit faster. And if you see right there, we do have not major differences here in this first game. As we swipe out, we'll go into Subway Surf, and the OnePlus 13 pulls ahead there in the game, even on a basic game. So that's a good sign. As the games get more intense, a little bit more heavy, I do think we'll pull ahead quite a bit more on the OnePlus 13. Let's head over here into Real Racing, and you'll see Real Racing should launch first here for the OnePlus 13. Look at that. That is a big leap. That's just the launch time. We're already going to be playing the game while waiting on the OnePlus 12. Unless it's loading some software update, which I hope it's not. Oh, it was. It was doing a little quick download update. I had this thing ready before, but then come the video, it does a little download. So we actually might have to rerun these things. Hold on. Let me swipe that out. Let me come back. Let me relaunch. So I retract my statements. Let's go into Real Racing 3. We'll do this again. Every time I start a speed test or a video, one of the phones wants to download an update. Even though I do the updates before the video, it just has another one by the time I got to do the video. So here we go again with the OnePlus 13 with the win, and the OnePlus 12 taking its sweet time. And we're now in on the OnePlus 12. So the 13 still won either way. Let's go into Free Fire and see which one can launch this first. Both of them do have these gaming engines turned on. And I do have to say, I said it before, I think OnePlus is one of the better gaming flagships for like mainstream phones. And now the 12 pulls ahead on here on Free Fire. So when in Free Fire, once you start getting into the match, it probably doesn't really make a difference too much. You're just going to be enjoying the game. But the 13 should give you a little bit better performance in the area of actual gameplay. Other than that, though, I think you're going to have a fantastic time no matter which phone you're using here. But the flatter display, to me, is a little bit more enjoyable on the OnePlus 13. Let's go into Geekbench 6. Although it's still not fully flat, I want them to go fully flat. You'll see right there, 3.53 gigahertz. A little bit higher clock speeds as well on the 8 Elite. Let's go into 3D Mark. And you can see that was the OnePlus 13. Speed test. That was the OnePlus 13. And InShot. Maybe the 13 by a smidge. So overall, you know, 8 Elite from the 8 Gen 3 in the real world everyday apps that you're going to open and some of the games you're going to play, you'll probably only pull ahead on the OnePlus 13 when you push it in graphic performance. Like when you're actually playing a game, it probably will stay a little bit cooler over time. In addition, in the actual game, you might have better sustained performance. Although this one is really good as well. It's 16 gigs of RAM, Adreno 750. On these mobile games, it's not going to really tax it too much unless you're playing the heaviest of heavy games. Where this 8 Elite really improves efficiency is the battery life. It's the cooling. it's the just general overall speed of everyday usage. It just stays a little bit more lag free in pretty much every experience. So it is better for sure, but I think if you have a 12, you definitely don't have to do the update right now if you don't want to. So let's run through the applications, and I just want to show you that the 16 gigs of RAM is fantastic. You'll see, oh, we have to swipe from the left on that one. It's just pretty amazing here for the OnePlus 13. I think that bounce sometimes doesn't look as nice as I like, but some people like it. I personally think that it should stop bouncing that aggressively like that. I know I'm swiping it out. I got to swipe it out slower. But that could be cleaned up a little bit in my opinion. But that was really great. There was 0 reloads. So let's see how the OnePlus 12 does in this area. And for some reason, this one is not making me swipe from the left. That one is. I don't know what that's about. Hold on. Let's go over here to YouTube, Amazon, X, Play Store, News, Weather, Calculator, Clock, Calendar. News. We're over here going to sing a song. No, for real. The OnePlus 12 did basically exactly the same in the RAM management. Although I don't know why this one was making me swipe from the left. This one didn't do that. Now it's not doing it, but it was doing that earlier. But both of them fantastic in RAM management. You don't really see any reloads. They are pretty much overpowered, which is good in terms of the RAM for a smartphone. So you shouldn't have any issues there, even long term. And here's the final Geekbench scores. And if we take a look here, you'll see that the OnePlus 13 is benchmarking 3011 in my test and 9221 on the multi-core score. That's almost 1,000 points more than the OnePlus 12 and almost 3,000 more on the multi-core. So Geekbench would make you think that it's so much faster, but technically it's not like insanely faster. If we take a look at my results in 3D Mark, I did a couple of these just recently, so we could just take a look at these here. You'll see that we do have an average frame rate of 39.89 on the left. That's up over 10 to 11 FPS over the previous version. So this is what I like about the OnePlus series. They definitely improve year over year pretty good versus some competitors. You'll see we went up 7 points over the older version. So 98% of other devices, 91. This phone is ridiculous fast. It's actually so fast. I want to compare it to my M4 iPad, even do some video renders against that thing. And you'll see that we might even keep up. I don't know, but maybe. It is a CPU like for a computer, but at the same time, this is crazy good performance. That doesn't take away from the 12 though. You're still better than 91% of devices on the market. So if you have a 12, you're still blowing away most of the competition. But with the 13, you're blowing away almost everybody exactly on the market. So this thing is crazy fast. It really, really is. And that should be proof of it right there, especially in the graphical area, like frame rates and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and launch the cameras. Let's see which one does this faster. 3, 2, go. And it looked like the OnePlus 13. Let's go ahead and do it a couple more times for good measure. 3, 2, go. Yeah, OnePlus 13 a little faster. However, I'm not a fan that they actually reduced the resolution of the telephoto lens. They say it's better in low light, but I like the fact that the OnePlus 12 actually had a 64 megapixel telephoto. This has a 50. So I don't like when they go backwards in terms of the megapixels. And I know that doesn't mean everything. But I was doing some shots and I did find that the OnePlus 12 had sharper telephoto results. So that was interesting to see. Not that these are bad, but they didn't look quite as good as the 12 on that telephoto camera, at least in the sharpness. So there's a trade-off there, better low light sensitivity, but maybe not as sharp looking images on the telephoto. So that was kind of annoying to me. But that's besides the point. We're doing performance. The camera did launch faster for the OnePlus 13. So wrapping it up, I find this to be one of those comparisons where we're just that much faster again, just a hair quicker. In reality though, it is substantially faster according to the benchmarks, but you're really gonna have to push it, and I can say that like a broken record player, but the question is, do you, the viewer, are you pushing your phone that much? That's the question. If you're pushing your phone to that level, you might love this upgrade. There's other reasons you might love this upgrade as well. If you want better battery life, then get this phone. If you want a slimmer design, you'll like this phone. If you want a grippier, this microfiber vegan thing, you'll probably like this thing as well. If you do like a lighter phone, this is lighter. And if you probably want a just more future-proof phone, you might like the upgrade. But other than that, I think you're good on either of these here. They're both fantastic. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you all in the next video comparison. Nick here. Be sure to be well. And peace.